for a long time, my practice had been built on really embedding myself inside of institutional hierarchies and allowing the project to come from the voice of the institution. This is the performance of my retirement portfolio over the 7-year period that I worked at the Rhode Island School of Design leading up to my sabbatical. It shows the performance of the various assets that I had invested in. When you arrive at the school, you have a meeting with the financial advisor, and during that meeting, they give you a test to classify you as a person according to your relationship to risk. And it's based on your relationship to risk that they sell you one of the products that they have to offer. This is Kerampok Parang RA D5704-731, composed of the performance of my retirement assets. And this is a pattern for the production of a copper stamp in order to produce that. These are some of the copper stamps produced to make these repeats, the asset allocation and the Dow as price and volume. They move from a kind of a global understanding of self as investor. So they move out from these kind of global understandings like a performance of the Dow as price and volume to this interior one in the blue sarong. You can see the asset allocation kawang. And I came back to the meeting with them where they proposed how to handle my wealth with a counter proposal, which was for a series of human resources workshops where I would train their wealth management professionals to respond to the performance of their own retirement portfolios in real time using djembe drum circle technique. So along with the ethnomusicologists, we developed a technique where they would establish a bass rhythm, and then the work of the workshop was really to get them to expand their vocabulary of responding to the experience of gain and loss, because that was their main function. There were a series of 4 regulations. The most kind of arty in form of them was this one, which was called 10,000 Excuses, which came out of, I was given access to an archive of 5 years of digital excuses of why people thought they shouldn't have gotten a parking ticket. So what was important to me here was that this was a change in the role of the parking control officers. It was inserted into their contract as a temporary duty that they could engage in during their paid work time, which was to go through, I took 10,000 of these excuses and transcribed them onto note cards, and made this archive of note cards available to the parking control officers to sort through, and based on their own interest, find one that they were drawn to, and to write it on a wall that used to be a gallery. Me and my mom were nowhere near the sidewalk restriction, really. The car was entirely on blacktop. Even the shadow. Never one to waste your time. I'm really interested in all of these projects. My primary audience that I'm engaged with is a kind of accidental audience. So, and I'm not interested in explaining the gesture beyond the way that it exists. So these come with no explanation. They're just a gift, and they're there, and you can take them with you. So I wound up designing a series of yogic asanas for how to give and receive a parking ticket. And they read sitting back to back, breathe out. I won't read it to you actually, because you'll hear in a moment, but it was a series of 3 yogic asanas for how to give and receive a parking ticket.
Parking citation now bears tongue-in-cheek instructions in that ancient physical and mental discipline. Sit, breathe, reach back, get your citation, which probably reads meter violation, $25. Nice. You've got a busy day. Absolutely.
My fine arts training is in media art, so I'm interested in this as a kind of media making, but I'm not really invested in this as like it certainly wouldn't be a satisfying conversation to have out of the work that I'm making in my life. I'm really invested in this experience of the accidental audience and the person who comes upon this gesture in a much less loaded place of their kind of $25 ticket, and the kind of like shit moment of that, you know.